Y'all ready? And now we're on. Hurry, make sure you're recording on your end, and we're about to get this party started.
I need permission to record.
No.
All right, well then we're not recording nothing.
There you go.
I still need it. Oh, there we go. Hold on, I got it. Do I need to record on the computer or to the cloud?
Doesn't matter, however you normally do it.
So delete after ending? Okay, sounds good.
Well, guys, we're going to let a couple of you go ahead and join us. So this is a re-record. We're using new software in recording, and so we had a little hiccup last night with sound. Everybody could only hear me. And then after that, we were super rushed because of the debate, and we were just going to throw it up there, but then we figured we're not going to do that. So, and we have a new commentator. John, what's your last name?
Just call it HA. It's Ha.
John Ha.
There you go. It works.
John Ha. Nice. Good. Uh-oh. So we'll give everybody a few minutes to log on. I hope you guys are having a glorious, almost Thursday on the East Coast, but a good Wednesday, recovering from that debate last night. Yeah.
You mean
that was,
you mean the clown show?
Yeah.
You mean
Yeah.
the circus was on last night?
Right.
We debate better in our group than they do. I think they should get some pointers from us, honestly. That was
We
laughable.
probably could have put up a better debate than that was the whole last night.
I think that debate tournament we had was better than that debate last night. So, anyway, well, I think we have all that we're going to have for this late at night, so we're going to get this party started. Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the AFC South Fan Battle podcast sponsored by Sports Host. Tonight, we are re-recording because our episode last night was very low-key. When we scheduled it, we scheduled for the season. Didn't know that there was going to be a presidential debate and didn't think about it till the day of. So here we are. Week 3, round 2. But this debate is still going to be better than the presidential debate last night. Before we get started, I do want to mention our sponsor, Sports Host. They're an app founded by fans for fans, and they are there to set a precedent for expanding the sports experience as we know it. We strongly encourage you to join the app. It's very awesome because you can tune in to see sports from all around the world. Join the group of your favorite team, whether that's the NHL, MLB, women's soccer, NFL, doesn't matter. It's all on there in the app. And they're looking for content creators. So if you're a fan of a sports team, we encourage you to jump on there. And there's even money involved for founding fans. So we can get you in touch with whoever you need to get in touch with. If you're a content creator, blogger, doesn't matter. Or if you just want to write about your favorite team. You can find all the information on the AFC South Fan Battle podcast page, as well as within the AFC South Fan Battle group. And with that being said, I'm going to introduce our commentators for this evening. For the Colts, we have Harish Nukala.
DeForest Buckner.
I'm glad that you did it tonight because when we did round 1 of week 3 last night, you didn't do that, by the way.
I know. I was in a Titans have COVID mood, so I had to make sure I set the COVID right.
Representing the Jaguars, we have Justin Gonzalez.
Hello. The Titans have more COVID now.
Oh, even more today. Representing the Texans, we have Matt Briggs.
# fire Bill O'Brien.
And representing the Titans, we have John Ha.
I think I'm coming down with something, guys.
Oh, no, you didn't. I love it.
Oh, man.
GG, bro. GG.
Well, it's been a very exciting week in the AFC South Fan Battle group. I know some of you only listen to the podcast or tune into the live. So I want to kind of give like a little backstory on the group because I feel like some people listen to it and they're like, what is this all about? For those of you that just began listening, we have a group on Facebook of 10,000 members, and it's built over the years, and that's what became this podcast, and we've all grown to love and hate each other simultaneously. But it's been a very active week in there. There's a lot of Titans fans. They're just coming out of the woodworks. It was the Jaguars fans. They were like awfully silent during, all the Leonard Fournette drama and all that. And then week 1, beat the Colts. They came in like battering Rams. And then now here we are.
Well, let's be honest, Sam. At first,
And then we sent him back the same way.
At first, it was the Colts with the offseason, and then it was the Jaguars. Now, it's the Titans. And us Texans fans are down here eating the leftover snacks that the Jaguars left.
Yeah.
Sorry,
they
the
good?
Colts are
they
slowly
good?
starting to come back, right? As we continue to win more and more games against bad teams. Oh my God,
Hey, take what the league will give you. Take the schedule.
we're a Super Bowl champion. Oh,
right.
chill, man. Just hope that we can actually make it to the end of this season.
You're right.
To go back on what you were saying, Sam, Friday marks the 3-year anniversary of the AFC South Fan Battle. It'll be 3 years since me, Alex, and Tanner
Round of
had
applause.
the idea.
Yes. Good job, guys.
Well done.
We
Very
appreciate you. If it wasn't for you, we would hate each other over
Life would be boring.
presidents and politics and not the real thing, which is sports. Because
Right.
everybody
God
should hate
forbid.
everybody should hate each other over sports. That's the real reason to hate,
Right.
Well, listen, AFC South, we get the short end of the stick. People underestimate us, but this week, we're trying to give the league COVID, okay?
That's right.
Specifically, the Titans are trying to give the league
That's
COVID.
right.
So
Not only are we undefeated, we're undefeated at staying immune.
give us some update on that. What's going on? What happened? Original rumors were it came from the Vikings, but no Vikings players or staff that we know of have tested positive. So what are you hearing? What's going on with the Titans COVID situation?
Well, I was kind of late to the party on figuring out what's going on. From what I understand, when did it break? Yesterday, Monday, they'd found that 5 people total tested positive, and 3 players and 2 staff workers. So they just sort of quarantine everybody down, and as of right now, they're just going to postpone the Pittsburgh game until either Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, isn't that going to be weird?
Scary stuff.
Tuesday night football. That's going to be weird.
Yeah.
I'll
How do
allow
I
it.
feel about
What's
it?
the
what's
next
gonna-
presidential debate? They can compete for ratings.
Seriously. What's going to happen, though, is they're going to have one, big, high ratings night for it. And then all of a sudden, Goodell's going to be like, brilliant, we should have Tuesday night football now
Yeah.
between the Dolphins and the Jags every Tuesday.
Oh, every week. Every week, sure.
I'd be okay with it. Who is upset with football on Tuesday? I'm down.
I'm upset with football on Tuesday because we're going to get stupid games to watch.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, I get you there. But
does anybody love Thursday night football right now? Who is gearing up for the Broncos this Thursday?
people low key hated the Browns and Bengals game, but low key
They
that
watched-
was a good
good
game.
game.
It was a good
Yep.
game.
Yeah,
And
let's be
actually,
agree.
I don't hate the Broncos. I actually like the Broncos this year, and before the season
I'm
started,
just saying the
I thought
matchup isn't that appealing.
Yeah,
Who are they playing? I already forgot. That's how boring
the
it is.
Jets. If
That's
they
how-
were,
the Jets, the Jets and Broncos. You've got the
Well-
completely injured Broncos going against the Jets. They're just. Is Adam Gase just
John,
trying to
John,
set
I'm
a
gonna
record for the man who deserves to be fired but won't be?
John, I'm going to have to stop
I
you
don't
there
know what
because
it
that
is.
sounds like a cop out for you barely beating them.
Ooh. Yeah, hey, you can't be talking too much bad about the Broncos. Our sponsor, Michael Barrett, is a huge fan. So don't talk too bad about the
No, Michael, we love the
beat
Broncos.
a Broncos team that was before they were decimated. Besides Von Miller, he was the only one that was really hurt. Now they're completely injury ridden, and we left 10 points off the board like idiots, which is another feel good story. Gostowski missed all those kicks, and then he went 6 for 6 this last Sunday. How could you not be happy for the guy? You thought he was done and finished, but hey, look at that. He's back to being old reliable.
Barely winning.
Old reliable, yes.
I will take it. I'll take anything I get in 2020.
Fair enough.
That's fair enough. Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, you're not lying.
What's the
about
point differential? Like 7, right? 6?
Yeah.
I thought it was 7.
Yeah, you look at the Colts point differential, you think they're undefeated. But we gave false hope to a team like the Jets.
The scoreboard is the only stat that matters.
Disappointing. I'm still mad about that game.
We have a comment from the group, and it's Malcolm Butler is fine. He was 6 feet away from the wide receivers at all points, so he's fine.
Oh gosh.
He should be good. Yeah.
What's
that rookie.
crazy
Good
is, I don't know if y'all remember, but that last drive that Tannehill had where y'all kicked the field goal, Holton Hill dropped an interception that would have ended the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did.
And
It
I
was a
just
scary
like,
throw. I couldn't believe it.
no. I was like,
Yeah, John, let's go ahead and recap. Give us like a little 2-minute max recap of that Titans game.
Oh, well, okay. This is only from my perspective. This is me. I've got the Sunday ticket set up. I've got the multiple screens. I've got the Titans game on there. I'm ripping my hair out because I'm watching the Vikings torch us. Like, I thought the Vikings were supposed to be bad, but I was worried about Dalvin Cook, but I didn't think this rookie. What was that guy's name? Was that number 18? I'm already
Justin
blanking
Jefferson?
on it. This guy is
Justin
just going crazy. He looked great. Now they look brilliant for getting rid of Stephon Diggs, and the secondary worried me. My run defense worries me. Vic Beasley is not an improvement. He won't be.
You got Javion Clowney.
Yeah.
I got Clowney. Great. Hooray. Look, I've been watching him. He hasn't been doing that. I'm the most pessimistic fan you're ever going to meet. And I was just one of those things where you just sort of sense something bad happening. And I was like, oh, of course it's going to happen. But I thought it was going to be like the next 3 weeks, which I still do. The next 3 weeks are going to be horrible. So you guys can be happy in 3 weeks. I'll just take my victory now. And next thing I know, all of a sudden we're like up. It's like, wait, how did we get in a position to win this game? We should have been blown out. How does that happen?
well,
I just,
you play bad teams like the Vikings who can't keep the
What-
lead.
They didn't look
Yeah.
bad on Sunday, did they?
For the
Well,
Vikings.
the Vikings are a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. You don't know which Vikings
That's
team
Kirk
you're going
Cousins
to.
for you.
You don't.
Yeah.
That's a Kirk Cousins team if I ever seen one.
I just think
And that means they're gonna have
it
to rely on
speaks.
it too because the defense is trash.
Well,
I
the
couldn't believe
defense is also beaten up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think it speaks volumes about the Titans right now, and I know the Titans fans are talking a lot, but in the last 3 games, the point differential has been 6 points. That's it.
Yeah, and again, I think that for me, the only stat that really matters is the scoreboard, what the final score is. As long as my number is bigger than yours, I don't really care. It just doesn't give me a lot of hope going forward, seeing us struggle to stop people. But the offense, I have been very pleased with. I didn't expect the offense to be working the way it was. We kind of doubled down on the Tannehill and Henry, and so far Tannehill's been doing all the work. He's doing great. I will give Henry his credit for his 2 touchdowns, but yeah, I think so far Tannehill's been kind of carrying the offense.
Yeah,
Which-
I was happy about that
what
too
do you-
because I have him in fantasy, and I was really mad before those 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
What do you
Well, I expected that, though. I think teams were looking for Henry. And I think a lot of Titans fans have gotten blinded by the Baltimore win in the playoffs last year because I'm used to this. We always play to the level of our competition. We either just barely win or we lose by 10 points. We don't ever blow anybody out the way people think we should.
What do
I
you
can't
gonna say,
remember.
Harish?
Sorry.
What do you think about this defense, right? So 3 games, 1,300 yards, 3 mediocre offenses. Is Is it coaching? Is it the players? Is it play calling? What do you think it is?
I have a hard. I think it could be the team that they put on the field. I think there's a few gems in there, but I think we've been riding the Malcolm Butler train for far too long. I mean, there's a reason he got dumped from New England. I think again, Vic Beasley was not an upgrade. I also watched the Falcons very closely, so I was always disappointed in Vic Beasley and was relieved to watch them cut him, only for my Titans to pick him up. And so it's tough. I think Jarrell Casey is a very, very big loss for Tennessee in that defensive front, and I think they're going to take a while to adjust to it. And of course,
so if you think about it, Denver, if that rookie cornerback, I can't think, Oswald Wadabe or whatever, if he didn't get that pass interference, y'all lose that game. Jacksonville, if we
make our field goals, we still win that game.
Well, yeah, I think that's what it comes down to. That. Yeah.
If Jacksonville had a line to protect Minshew, you lose that game. If
Jacksonville wouldn't have missed field goals, they would have won that game.
Exactly. And
BS pass interference call, but continue.
Right. And if Minnesota's quarterback picks that ball off, y'all 0-3 easily. 0-3.
And if ifs and buts were candy and nuts. But that's not the reality of the situation, is it?
But well, in my view, the Titans are setting up that that point differential will be into.
We're not a great 3-0 team. I'm not arguing that. I'm not saying we're great. We're lucky to be 3-0, and I was grateful for it. I was looking at the schedule, and I'm like, okay, so those first three we need them because Pittsburgh. We never play Pittsburgh well, and then Buffalo. I mean, they're playing great. Jared Allen. Jared Allen, oh my gosh, Josh Allen. Like, is there anybody more emotionally unstable to watch if you really invest in the Bills? Like, that's got to be scary to watch him play.
What's crazy? But
he's doing great.
What's crazy is I love Josh Allen.
It's fun, but it's like I wouldn't want to be a Bills fan. I'd be frustrated.
Well, we have
Earl Kim.
We have some comments from the group. Let's be honest, Titans can't keep this up moving forward. No team can be consistently lucky like this. And as a Titans fan, I'm scared if this defense doesn't get fixed. Wow, that was hard to read. Too much mayonnaise.
Right, and I get it.
You mentioned Earl Campbell. Y'all are turning Derrick Henry into Earl Campbell. I mean, y'all are gonna make that poor guy be in a wheelchair by the age of 32.
Oh yeah.
Isn't he? Yeah. He already ran the ball 80 times.
Mm-hmm. He's gotten
close to it.
To be fair, this is only year. We never really ran him his first few years. I mean, we had DeMarco Murray there his first 2 years, who we ran the crap out of, and then Damian Lewis. We almost traded away Derrick Henry because we couldn't keep a reason for him. But then we figured out that he just needs more. He's like Marshawn Lynch that way. He just needed more carries to get going. So he's a notorious slow starter. So you don't have to worry, I don't think, too much. But of course, longevity-wise, 3 years. Who knows where his knees are going to be.
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch signed that contract with the Seahawks and played 2 more seasons, I think, with the Seahawks.
Well, no, he got traded midseason in 2010, and he retired in 2015. So he did 5 years or I guess 6.
Was it Seattle?
Yeah.
Was it all those years?
He got drafted by Buffalo, and then he got traded in the 2010 season.
Yeah. Forgot he was at Buffalo. Yeah.
Well,
and then
John,
he did 2 years in Oakland.
John, we've really appreciated listening to you justifying your 3-0, but now we got to get to the 0-3 segment of the podcast.
Oh, why? What's fun about that?
And he walks up.
Allows us to get through the podcast faster.
I'm out. All right, see you guys later.
From 3-0 to 0-3. Matt Briggs, Texans. What's going on? I know you got to talk about Earl Thomas first. Go ahead.
Okay. We're supposed to. We brought in Earl Thomas. We had a meeting. We were supposed to have a workout, but the rumors are that from his agent and from him that they were canceled because of COVID. Well, a lot of people believe it's because of his character issue. We want J.J. Watt type players, Boy Scouts, goody good, 2 shoes. You can't be game banging girls while your wife walks in on you. It's not the Texans.
I mean, that means that he's really good at sharing, right?
Right. Hey, yeah.
But you can't really say that's not the Texans' way because I don't really think you guys have a way.
Well, if you look at it, we'd have no back Hector. If you do got back Hector, Clowney gone, Dwayne Brown gone. I mean,
wins gone.
Yeah, you definitely can't have too many baby mamas because you're out the door. Like, see ya. So yeah.
Well, give us a recap. What happened? Again.
Everybody, go to your kitchen, your bathroom, whatever. Find a trash can, and there's your recap of the Texans. It's trash. It's straight garbage.
I think you're being too hard on your team. I think you're being too hard.
Okay, first half was just like the Chiefs game. The first half was great.
I think you got the best quarterback in the division.
Was great. Well, we have a horrible coach. So the best quarterback in the division, Deshaun Watson, was 12 for 18, 204 yards, 2 touchdowns. So going to the second half, if you're a coach, what do you think you're doing? Throw the ball. No, we got an idiot coach. Let's run the ball 13 times.
Matt, I have a question.
What's up?
Do you think if Donald Trump came out and denounced Bill O'Brien as a coach in the NFL that Houston would vote for him to be president?
Or if he told everybody that he saved the NFL.
At this point, I have no idea. Whatever we can do to get rid of him, I'm down for it. I don't. This guy's just trash.
He's your GM too. What's this guy doing?
Guys,
moves, man.
He's enjoying those bag of Skittles that he got for Hopkins.
Well, I told you before we went on the reason why they ran the ball so much. He's just going to give David Johnson all those carries to try to make that trade look as good as possible. He's going to force David Johnson down the throats to make it look good.
Yeah.
And David Johnson's defense, he looked good in week 1. He had, I think, 14 carries, 84 yards. That's not bad. Week 2, he just couldn't stay on the field. That's the story of the Texans.
Well, and again, I think that's why you're being so hard on your team. I mean, look who you play the first 3 weeks. That's a tough schedule.
We got a group comment. Lorenzo Espinoza says, "Real talk." That means it's getting serious. Okay.
No.
Which means
JJ was arguably the greatest defensive player of his generation, and Houston's front office wasted his career on trash quarterbacks. Watson was too late.
I agree. I 100% agree. If I'm telling that year we had Brock Osweiler, if we had a different quarterback that year, we beat the Patriots. I'm telling you, we beat Brock Osweiler threw 3 interceptions, and we lost that game by 3 points. If we had a different quarterback, we win that game.
Donnie Stingley is basically saying that the Texans have one of the hardest schedules because he said, honestly, every team in the division would be 0-3, maybe 1-2 with the Texans schedule. That being said, that offensive line is ass.
I agree.
It's not the offensive line. It's not. Fulton's trash. Fulton is a horrible pass blocker. But I'll tell you why Washington gets sacked. Because he holds the ball for average, 7.3 seconds a play. You can't do that. You can't. I know he's trying to make plays, but what people fail to realize, he's trying to make that amazing play, but he's also getting sacked for that amazing loss. So, right. So everybody dogs the offensive line.
Yeah.
Right.
He sounds like
So what's
Peyton
the
Manning
difference,
early
though?
in his career.
Everybody dogs that offensive line, but if you really look at the stats, 4 sacks this whole year come from offensive line. The rest come from Deshaun Watson hold the ball.
Yeah, but is that Deshaun or is that his wide receivers and not having a true number 1 wide receiver?
Well, you say
He
that,
was
but
sacked a lot last year too, wasn't he?
no.
Yeah, what's going on with DeAndre Hopkins?
Okay.
Wait, my bad.
The offensive line last year gave up 18 sacks out of I think 36. So that's telling something. Deshaun Watson holds the ball, and last year what did he have? He had a number 1 receiver. He did the same thing. But everybody's talking about the Hopkins not being there. Cooks is not having a bad year. Cobb had an amazing game last week.
But they're no DeAndre Hopkins, and don't try to say they are.
I'm not saying that, but I'm not. Look, I miss Hopkins.
Right,
I'm a Cardinals fan because of Hopkins. All right, like I love me some Cardinals, but people are saying if we had DeAndre Hopkins these last 3 games, we would have won. No, we wouldn't have, because Bill O'Brien is a trash coach, a trash GM, and a trash can. Look at his butt chin. There's where you go the trash. Right?
He helped you get 24 points up on the Chiefs last year.
And what happened? What happened? The Chiefs ran out of fireworks. That was happening. I mean, come on now.
Patrick Mahomes is what happened, but
no. Look, you can't go on 4th. He's done that twice now. The Chiefs game and against the Ravens. You can't go in 4th down on their own 30.
Yeah, they did do that. Yeah, what was up with that? I forgot about that.
It kills the morale. It hurts your defense.
Well, you guys did that against the Chiefs too, and you did the fake punt. Like what?
Yeah, and that's when we went.
But it's a high risk, high reward. But if you make it, oh boy.
But it doesn't matter. You're up 24 points. Why are you trying to do a high risk? Like kick the ball. That's your defense. Do what defense does.
But let's be honest, because Patrick Mahomes could easily catch up.
He only needs like 12 seconds to score a touchdown.
38 unanswered points.
The guy scores fast, so you just keep him off the field. You fake punt it.
You can't tell me that defense was not affected by it. Yeah, they believe that the coach don't have faith in them. They're like, oh, well, he's going for a 4th down. He don't have faith in us. I was like, come on. He's trash. I can't stand the dude. I can't. I hope he chokes on his Skittles that he got from
I love a coach that goes for it on 4th down in their own territory.
Matt, I have an idea.
Yeah, screw it. Do it.
I love it.
March him out. Go.
Act like you're playing Madden. Don't punt.
Yeah.
You're having
Frank
trouble.
Reich does that. It's good sometimes.
I love it.
You're having trouble scoring here. Let me punt on 30-yard line and fake punt it, and y'all can have it. Easy touchdown for you. He's such trash.
You have to get it though. That's the caveat. Is you have to actually convert it. It's a high risk, high reward thing.
I guarantee you could get some people in the Texans group to all band together and just rent a U-Haul and just park it outside his house.
I would throw $5 on it easily. Here's $5. I will buy Bill O'Brien a lifetime of Skittles if he leaves. I would just straight do it.
What's he to do with that? He's not Marshawn Lynch.
Quit trading my best players away for Skittles, and here's a lifetime.
Well, Matt, I think it's a little too late for that.
Sure, the players are gone now.
There's still one. There's still one.
Yeah, you said he holds on to the ball too long. You don't like him.
I didn't say I didn't like him. I'm just saying that it's not his line that is causing all the sacks like people think it is.
Well, listen, good segue. Speaking of quarterbacks that hold on to the ball too long.
Uh-oh.
Justin.
All right.
This week 3, we had the beard versus the mustache, and it was embarrassing. I was actually there in person, and I wanted to cry.
I think you did.
I think I did too. But go ahead, take us away with Jags Dolphins and what the hell is happening.
Let's play a game. All right, let's play a game. Who am I?
Love games.
Right. All right. Good. 62 first half points in the first 3 games. Okay. Who am I? The Jaguars defense. Okay. So the first thing Doug Marrone does is accept deferring the ball to the second half and putting the defense out there. Like it's just mind-boggling. I'm not the
No,
one
I love
that has
that move.
stat.
You always do that.
Oh yeah, right. Trash
always
defense.
Yep, always do it.
Yeah.
Always
And
do it.
it was just catch up, and they the Dolphins took away the fade route and a couple routes that Minshew excels at very well. They took that away, and all the passes were underneath, short intermediate passes, and you're right. The beard just conquered the mustache at the end of the day, which is frustrating. But let's play one more game. Okay?
I would like
You
to
ready?
point something out really quick. I would like to point to Bill O'Brien and Doug Marone are actually really good friends. Like
It doesn't
longtime
surprise me at
friends.
all.
Shocking.
Take
Doesn't
them both.
surprise-
Take them
doesn't
both.
surprise-
Jay Gruden's team. All
Oh,
right.
no.
All right. Who am I? All right. I have 45 more rushing yards than Leonard Fournette, and I have one more rushing touchdown than Leonard Fournette. Who am I?
Is that Jonathan Taylor?
No.
Oh,
It's
okay.
James Robinson because Leonard Fournette's trash. So that is
take
the
that one in.
highlight of the game, in my opinion. Obviously, there was a lot of issues with injuries. You know, first with DJ Chark, I get it. Losing Keelan Cole to the concussion was big. Cam Robinson, BS referee call, in my opinion. You know, he's at the bottom of the stack, pushing hands off of him. It's a referee's hand. They eject him. BS in my opinion, but the defense has just got to get better against the pass. We're doing a good job against the run, which I applaud them. But you know, if you're all out for the run, you're going to give up the pass, even if you have a
So-
great rookie corner. Yeah, go ahead.
So fans are hating y'all for this loss, but this Dolphins team is not a bad Dolphins team. Like
No, they're not.
they've been competitive against the Patriots 2-1. They should be 3-0, but Russell Wilson's playing lights out. They were competitive against the undefeated Bills. So to say that this Dolphins team is trash, I don't buy it. I think that Fitzmagic is Fitzmagic. So you know,
Fitzmagic is always going to be good the first quarter of the year.
well, Fitzpatrick
Yeah, but
Fitzpatrick hasn't showed up. It's still Fitzmagic. So
Yeah.
you know.
That's right.
But even then, you know, if he gives them a good first quarter of the year, they'll still end 6-10 or 7-9, which isn't bad for them, right? It's
No.
not like
Especially when everyone thought the team was like purposely trying to sabotage.
oh, that's yeah. I mean, the back end of their schedule ends fairly. It's actually pretty rough, but you know, they play the Patriots at home, just like the Colts can't beat the Jags in Jacksonville. The Patriots can't beat the Dolphins in Miami. Like they struggle or they lose, so they're probably gonna win that game. They play the Chiefs at home. Play the Bengals. They play the Bengals, who's atrocious. They play the Jets back to back. That's 2 free wins. So I mean, they still have some very winnable games. If they only win 3 more games the rest of the way, that's 5-11. So
What was the expectations for this year? I can't
Like-
imagine
like
they were that high.
2-14.
3-13 or 2-14, yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. I thought that was too high. I thought the Jags were going
Agreed.
2-14.
For
And then
Miami,
that first game, you know.
for Miami.
Oh, no. I thought we were talking about the Jags. I was paying attention.
Well, I mean, I mean, the Jags did have somewhat of a schedule that they could. I really do feel like we could win 6 games, but if we do what we did this past Thursday, moving forward, like I don't think that's going to be the case. And hopefully, if you know, I like Gardner, but we won't start draft talk this early in the season, I guess.
Yeah, you
but,
can't do that, man.
It's way
But-
too early for draft.
But you know, I'm starting to get on the Trevor Lawrence bandwagon at this point.
No.
I would say if I was
How
off-
dare you?
No, you
What
gotta
what
let
is-
Gardner.
Trevor
needs to
Lawrence
keep
is
it
the
up.
real deal. Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, he's fine. But Gardner Minshew is the best Halloween costume you could ever have down in Jacksonville, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
This is the most attention that we've gotten.
Super Bowls and not be the cool little charade this year that the NFL is going to get behind. and try to-
Aw.
I'm
I
just
actually-
saying it's
You
nice
guys
for
were
the
this close
Jaguars.
to a Super Bowl with
Oh.
Bortles.
what were you saying, Sam?
Minshew can do it.
Go ahead, Sam.
Sorry.
I was just going to say that it's nice for the Jaguars to get attention for something other than being terrible, even if that's for a gimmick.
Yeah.
I said it.
So
I
our
said it.
playoff run, right? We were so like disregarded until we beat the Steelers, and they're like, whoa.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, never mind, it's a fluke." And Jags fans were like, "No, it's not. Watch this." And then they shoot.
Oh, come on now. Miles Jack
Hey,
wasn't down.
they had a
Miles
pretty
Jack wasn't down. Come
They
on.
had a pretty entertaining win against the Patriots the following year that made people like say, no, this could be a good team, and then
But-
everyone just blacked out.
And then
Yeah.
they shoot the hole.
Yeah, because of Blake Bortles.
But going on this year, Jay Gruden is helping the team out tremendously.
It's
Oh,
a
yeah, I
Jay
agree.
Gruden team. Hiring,
Yeah.
extending 10 years right now. Do it.
Right,
Done.
make him head coach. Like
Don't care.
if
Yeah,
you build if you build around Gardner Minshew, like you got the weapons, like you said, James Robinson already a solid running back.
All right, so here's I got a
I have a
question for you
question
then,
though
Matt.
about that.
What if Gardner goes out there and he gets us 5 wins, okay? And you're at a decision at the end of the year that you know what you got in Gardner is a guy that's going to, go 15 for 24, get you maybe 2 touchdowns a game, throwing 180 yards. But then you have Trevor Lawrence sitting there that you can take. I mean, do you take him? I mean, you tell me what outside opinions are. If it's me,
I mean, look at Ryan Tannehill. That's what he does every week.
But
It seems to be working over there.
Now let me
And
ask
hold
you
on,
something.
can I say something
Go
too
ahead.
about the
Go ahead.
the Jay Gruden thing real quick? Do we really anticipate like what's gonna happen with this whole investigation with the Redskins? You know,
Is it? Oh yeah, he is involved in that.
like he's involved in that. Like, what if
The
something comes
Washington
of that?
football team.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not the Redskins.
I'm sorry, political
Get it right.
correctness.
Come on now, Donald Trump. Come on.
I'm Native American. I guess I'm allowed to say it by proxy. I don't know. But do we
but I wonder
expect
how much that investigation is
Well,
front
so-
office management than
So-
coach.
It's behind the scenes. It's not
So
coaching
for-
staff.
So from what I heard was that the starting left tackle, that the game Alex Smith broke his leg on,
Uh-huh.
he was benched because he slept with Jay Gruden's mistress. So Jay Gruden benched him, and then look what happened.
And there's
That's
pictures
a leader.
of him.
That's
like,
a leader right there.
There's pictures
Hey.
of
You
him
gonna learn
like
today,
high
boy.
on-
Oh,
There's
it's gonna
pictures
be
of him like
awesome.
high
Yes,
on
they
the
100%
steps
should do
and
Jay
stuff.
Gruden.
Like,
Yes,
What
done.
were-
Jay Gruden has a history of starting really fast in a new place. Like he did that in
Yeah.
Cincinnati. He started
He did it in
really
Cincinnati,
good, really
yeah.
fast, a lot of success, and then they said, "Hey, this could be a head coach," and he did the same thing in Washington. So you
Well-
don't throw all in on him yet.
Well, hold on, time out. I mean, he had his quarterback in Robert Griffin III, and then I won't
Did
say
he,
they
though?
abused
No, he
him,
was Kirk
No, it
Cousins.
was Kirk Cousins.
He was
It
a Kirk Cousins man.
but they drafted both of them at the same time with Gruden.
Yes, but
that was Shanahan.
Shanahan was RG3.
Yeah.
I think Gruden ran RG3
Shanahan
so that he
drafted-
can get Cousins.
Yeah, Shanahan drafted both Griffin and Cousins.
Yes,
at
he
the same-
did, but
same
Gruden is
draft.
the one. Gruden's the one that said, "Nope, Kirk Cousins the guy."
no.
True. I have faith.
Justin, back to the Jaguars. I gotta ask you:
Yes.
Is the problem
Okay.
Gardner Minshew when it comes to offense, or is the problem the offensive line, or is
So-
it a
Your
combination
offensive
of
line.
both? And then what happened? And was it? Everybody, says, "Oh well, Chark was injured." But what is your opinion on what happened? The dynamic that's happening with the offense, particularly in that game, week 3.
Oh, Justin, before you, I got something from the group.
Okay.
Daniel Eaton, to you, Harish. Did he just compare Minshew to Tannehill? Get the hell out of here.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what their stat lines
Tannehill
are.
could dream to have that kind of mustache.
That's true. All right, Justin, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Yeah. So I mean, we kind of saw this last year with Gardner in a couple of games. He looked really, really good, but then he had other games where he got happy feet and he was running more than he was throwing. Right. Is our offensive line not the best offensive line? I 100% agree. I think the scheme that's being laid out by Gruden is helping him become better, getting the ball out quick. But, I think people are going to look at the Dolphins game and say, hey, if we take away the fade route, if we take away the seam route, if we take the midfield crossing pattern away from him, he has to throw everything 10 yards or shorter. Like, people are going to start using that. And, if you look at his Pro Football Focus grades, his highest grades are on those routes that are further down the field, one-on-one matchups. And, yeah, when DJ Chark's out there, he's quick, he's big, he can catch that. But I just don't know if Gardner can be a guy that can take that next step. I won't say superstardom, but to understand the situation, not get happy feet, not try to run the ball, try to look downfield and, make those passes you need to make. I just don't know, and we need to see a full season of that to see if Lawrence is going to be the guy, or if he's going to be the guy, or if we need to look at someone like Lawrence.
So I'm not comparing neither of the two, but Tom Brady was almost cut from the Patriots. Gardner Minshew was almost cut to the Patriots, or from the Jaguars.
Sure.
So,
and they were both picked up in the 6th round.
right, but also
You're gonna get 6
Brady-
Super Bowls, man.
right. Well, hold on, Brady didn't start until his 3rd year. This is Gardner Minshew's 2nd year.
Mm-hmm.
Third, it is 3 years, but you gotta give him time. You can't just expect him to be, Joe Burrow or Patrick Mahomes. You gotta give him some time and learn the game. Then,
Sure, but I think like, is he a guy you can build around? Like
I think so. I really do. I really think so. Like I said, you got your receiver in Chark. You get him a number 2, legit number 2 receiver, and you got James Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
You got
His
a good.
legit
Well-
number 2 is Laviska Chenault.
Look,
Well, and that's I'm gonna go
I agree
to
with
I'm gonna go to group comments real quick, and then we're gonna move on.
Sorry.
Lorenzo says Jags looks like shit, except for Robinson. He looked legit. P.S. Throw more to Chenault. And then Donnie Stingling says, youth teams are starting to get the film on Jags. Like,
Yeah,
and they're
that's part of
young.
it. Yeah.
But,
Yep, I agree.
you know,
I think there's a
it
whole
is
lot.
what
to
it
go
is.
into that.
They are a young team.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. They shocked us from the beginning, right? Nobody anticipated that team to come out. And so, with that being said, the only team that they've beat so far this season, the Colts. Harish, what's up, dude?
Number 1 defense is what's up. No. So, I mean, hey, we beat the Jets finally. I will say this about.
feather in your cap.
So this is what's interesting, right? Yeah, it's the Jets, but you have to understand this is a team that does not play well against bad teams. It does not. It loses to shit teams like the Jags. We lost to the Jets last year. We lost to the Dolphins last year. This is am I excited to finally blow out a bad team? Only for the reason that we don't do it, right? So, and that's all I'm going to say about that. With that being said, I always throw a lot of banter into the group just because it's the group, right? But it's great that we have the number 1 defense. It's finally nice to see the defense carry the load for once. Do I think it's going to stay number 1? Probably not, but I'm going to enjoy it while it's there, right? I think it's a sign of we're heading in the right direction defensively. What is impressive is that we lead the league in 6 with interceptions, which I think we have 6, which I think is pretty good for 3 games. So, I mean, it's the Jets at the end of the day. We faced the Bears this week. We play Nick Foles. Frank Reich basically made Nick Foles a Super Bowl quarterback. So I'm not worried that Nick Foles brought the Bears back. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, I think it's going to be the first big test for our.
Another comment from the
our
group
defense.
says,
We'll see what happens.
freaking Klotz fans, how long before he brings up Luck? I know you love
I
this
don't-
topic.
I don't bring up Andrew Luck. Thank you. Next question.
Only Sam does.
Move on.
It's like the same
car
with me
dealership is he
with
selling
Ramsey.
at?
You have to just say, I've never heard of her. Who? Never heard of her. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Probably at his son's parking lot in Nissan Stadium.
Ooh.
Got him.
Burn.
But
Well, guys, do you
I
have
agree
any-
with you, Harish. I think the Bears are going to be your tough spot because you said Nick Foles. Nick Foles is back in that Andrew Reid system where he always flourished. So I think it's going to be a tough test for that. And that defense is always a stout defense.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good test for them. But again, it's like going into the Jags game, right? I'm like, okay, I think we should win this game. We might struggle, but I think we should win. But we could come out and we could get blown out, and I would not be shocked because that's just the type of team this is. And until we can win these games that we're supposed to win, we're not going to be a consistently 10-win team.
Are the Bears undefeated?
Yeah, they're 3-0.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
I mean, Nick Foles
As soon
started
as
that.
as soon as Atlanta went up by 16, I said, "Well, the Bears are right where they need to be."
They love blowing leads. They love it. It's their hobby.
Yeah, we'll see. I think the who the Bears beaten? I don't even know who they've beaten.
They beat the Lions, Falcons, and somebody else. So
Yeah,
They
we'll
came
see.
back against Detroit, right? Wasn't that
Yep.
Detroit?
I think they have 3 comeback wins. Yeah,
did they
or
beat?
2 out of 3 or something. I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting. We either get blown out or I think we win by 3 or get blown out. I don't see us blowing this team out. That's just
The Giants?
one of
The
those
Giants
teams.
who they beat, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Oh, the Giants. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
they haven't beaten anybody, but still.
Yeah,
Still-
they killed
No,
Saquon
no, no, no,
Barkley,
no.
right?
No. I've learned after week 1, never underestimate any team.
That's
Never.
right.
Because this is a
Right.
team. This is just not a team that is good against bad teams. But wait until we play the Ravens. It'll be the best game you've ever seen them play. Because they just
That's
play.
bold.
Well, guys,
This is what they do.
I'm anxious to see what happens week 4. I do want to remind everybody we are having a Madden 21 tournament. These 3 are in charge of it. October 16th, tentative. We're going to start. It's going to be on both consoles, Xbox, PS4. Join the Sports Host app. Go inside the Madden group. Type in your gamer tag and console. You'll be entered. It's free to enter. You win $200, or up to $200 with both consoles. And get with Harish, Matt, or Justin. They have the details. We're going to have week 1, which is like the seeded tournament championship on Friday, and we're going to live stream that. But I don't even know. I'm going to have to edit that part out because I had no idea where my brain was going with that. So that will be edited off the podcast. But anyways,
But yeah, put your money where your mouth is. It's free to enter. Free money if you think you got it. Everybody is supposedly a Madden player, so come on.
don't write checks that your ass can't cash.
We see all those approvals that you want, showing that you beat everybody by 400 points. So,
We're calling you out, Austin. We're calling you out, Austin Sloan. Come on.
Well, John, we thank you for joining us. I know this is your first time on the podcast with us. We hope you jump on with us in the future. Do you have a Twitter handle or Instagram or something where you have people follow you, or you just do your thing?
No, I don't want any of that.
I mean, I don't blame you.
I
I don't blame you at all. Trust me.
Fair enough.
He stays off the grid.
That's right. It's the only way to be.
There's nothing wrong with that. Well, we encourage you guys to join in the Sports Host app, join us in the group to get all the friendly banter and unfriendly banter that happens during the week in the AFC South Fan Battle podcast group. We thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next week for week 4.
Peace.
Peace.
Later.
Ow, 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 ow.